Hello, it's Daryl at 10-foot truck, Good Attitudes Services. And I'm back. I got another pallet load. I have 2 pallet loads today. One coming from, they're both coming from, one's coming out here and one's going back. So kind of the same location. So, not too bad. And that company, why is it going off? Something's going on there on my phone. So the company, the reason why they hired me, or are contracting with me to do these loads, pallets of material from several different manufacturing companies, is because they used to have, I think I told you this before in a video. What's going on with my phone? Oh wow, it's a Sempex. How do I can do that? That's an app I use for, oh, it's already taken. That's also a courier app I use. So they used to pick up, drop off the pallets of the materials they needed on their own because they have their own box truck. But they're having issues with their truck. It's not working correctly. Doesn't have good enough power. So now, I got plenty of time. So they called me off of Craigslist. So sometimes Craigslist, you get some pretty decent. I mean, over the years I've gotten steady contracts with furniture companies, chair stores. What was the other one? Consignment stores. I had 3 or 4 consignment stores before, just off Craigslist ads, and also other type of shipping situations. But yeah, so it's not bad. I mean, you can still get stuff. A lot of people they look for brokers, and it's kind of foggy here. They try to get all their work off brokers, which take a cut. I go directly to the customer, so I don't have to pay anything. I can ask whatever I want, and if they agree to the price, then I get everything. I don't have to give a split or a percentage to the broker. So that's what I like about it. Busy today. So I come out here all the time, and in fact, I talked to the manager and asked him about the truck, how it was coming along, and he said it's going to be a long time. They don't even know if they're going to fix it. If they do, it won't be till midsummer. It's only right now. It's February, so February 1st. So that's February, March, April, May, June, July. I mean, it's like 5-6 months. So I'll be doing their pallet pickups, or their not pallet, I would call them pallet, but basically forklifting pallets of materials that they need to transport back and forth. And I'll at least be doing that for the next 6 months. But he also said that. So that's a side gig right there. They're really nice people. They pay what I need. But also, he said that they may just sell the truck. In that case, this might go longer than even that. So sometimes these, like I said, God knows. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. You get some pretty good gigs off of Craigslist just alone. Not even on Google, just like Craigslist, which a lot of people they don't use Craigslist because they think it's just a bunch of scammers. And you will get scammers on there. I have a lot of scammers trying to get me to give them information and making up stories about how. They'll make up stories about whether or not at the location and you need to pick it up. And of course, I don't even follow through with those, but I already know what they're trying to do. in that case, it's pretty obvious they're trying to get information from you, banking information or something like that. So you get those, yeah, but they're so obvious. It's I don't even bother. I don't even care. You get those once in a while. I don't get a lot of them. So. We got to do the speed limit in here in this town here. Until I get outside of town, I got to be pretty slow here. It's like 25 miles an hour. So I got another pallet back here of materials that I'm going back to right where I live, near where I live. So it's really convenient for me. Doesn't take much time. So so I'll probably be doing these pallet runs, or expediting. I call them expediting runs for that company for quite some time. So that's good. It's good to know. As I'm doing my moving and deliveries and junk removal, I'll also be doing these expediting gigs. And it's interesting because before, when I first moved out here, I wasn't quite sure because I didn't know the area. I had done, like I said, all those contracts and stuff I had back in on the other areas that I was at. And so it was easy for me. I was getting work all the time from those contracts, or there were customer contracts. So when I came out here, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do because it's a smaller area. So I started watching videos and when I was looking into different things. And I came across videos of guys who were expediting. And of course, they were using mainly those tall cargo vans, sprinter vans, and for pallet loads. I've got to stop right here. So mainly they were using those tall sprinter vans, which are great. I'd love to have one of those, but those things are extremely expensive. I mean, this thing here only cost me $8,000. Those vans, even used, they run like $35,000, $40,000, sometimes $60,000. New, I mean, they're over $100,000. At least $100,000. They're expensive, but they're really solid. They're very durable. They get a lot of mileage on them. From what I've heard, they're really good to have. So yeah, someday maybe, but that's a big investment. In fact, I looked at a ProMaster van before I moved out here. And I was shocked at how expensive they were. Of course, car prices are up all around, So I got this truck which runs. You can do these local expediting gigs. Where you're not having to put so many miles. Most of those expediters, they're driving cross country. They're driving these long trips. They're getting less money per mile than I get locally, and they're committed to running through these brokers, and they have to have an MC carrier number to run on state lines, or they have to be working for a company that has I don't understand everything about it, but I guess they can run under an MC number, motor carrier number, DOT, whatever. So if you're running these local runs, like for companies around here, you don't need all that. You don't need all that stuff that's extra money, it's extra liability. It costs just more of a paperwork and, more red tape, like stuff that accumulates paperwork and stuff that, what I'm doing is simplified. It's just, you do the load from here to here. You have the invoice, That's it. You pay your own taxes, cover your own expenses, and just charge them what you want. So I like it that way better. I mean, I don't think I want to go across state lines unless it's for other things where I don't need an MC. I'm not quite exactly sure all the regulations for a motor carrier. I mean, I used to drive the tractor trailers way back, and we had to have all these permits and stuff. And I kind of forgot. I mean, it was a different time too. I mean, I'm sure all that's changed as far as like what kind of permits you need and all that. But there was a lot of stuff you needed to drive across state lines and transporting a certain amount of weight. So I think I'll stick with the local stuff. I mean, just kind of combine a lot of these different jobs together, and just not to focus so much on like, I'm going to be an expediter. I'm just going to get the van and I'm going to run, for an MC. I'm going to run loads across country and have the MC number and all that. Get a dispatcher. Get a broker, or run your own MC and broker your own loads. I don't know how that works. And it seems to me like it's just you're on the road constantly if you want to make money, because the payments are low. I mean, the payments are a lot lower than I get locally running loads. So you're going to have to run a lot of miles, and then you have to have a newer van. Like, you wouldn't be able to run this thing, it's too old. You have to run a pretty new van, and then you'd run that thing out pretty quick. I mean, as far as like all the miles you'd be doing. So I don't want to do that. I want to stick local, put less miles, get more per mile, dollar wise, and increase my value that way, and not have to sleep in the van and all that. Like when I was driving trucks, I had to sleep in the back of the truck. I'm not interested in that. That's a road dog. I don't want to do that. Maybe for just vacation, but I don't want to drive. I want to be on the road all the time to make money. Because the way I look at it, you're working 24/7, because if you're not home, sleeping in your own bed, eating your own food, and with your kid in your kitchen, and sitting on your couch, and you're out there sleeping in the back of a truck. I've done it. To me, that's work, because it's not comfortable living in the back of a truck. It's not a comfortable way to live. So you're basically, what I say, working 24/7. Got a lot of traffic here. What's going on here? Never like this. You're working 24/7, and you're not getting paid. You're not getting paid the time when you're sleeping. I think you should. That's just the way I see it. I mean, that's the way, my opinion on the whole thing. I mean, if you're a trucker or expediter or running loads like that, I think you should get paid a little more. I guess they do, but people drive faster around here. I'm going 70. They're flying by me like I'm just standing still. Like, what? You really want to burn your car up and just destroy your... You know how expensive a car is? You want to blow up your transmission? You need to be driving that fast. It's not a racetrack. Keep it killing it, man. Save your car. Cars are so expensive. I don't get it. You guys got money, they're coming out their ears. But anyway, it's a rainy day right now. I've got the windshield wipers going. At least it's not snowing. So back to the trucking, expediting, just keeping it local, getting home, doing these small runs, building up your clientele, doing multiple things with your truck, like junk removal, moving, delivery, expediting pallet loads, stuff like that. You add it all up together, it adds up pretty good. I mean, it starts to build up here. You start to build up a local clientele, and then you don't have to advertise as much. So, but if you're a road dog and you like to live on the road, if that's what you like, I see these guys. It seems like they pretty much buy those vans or box trucks. I mean, I'm sure there's guys doing it with the big box trucks. But it seems to me like the vans where you can put, like, I think, I don't know what the length of those vans are. I mean, they're longer, they're stretched out, like extended cargo van. So, like, one guy, I heard him on the internet, he's pretty good about what he's been doing it for a long time. He makes sure that he can get 3 full-size pallets, and I'm not exactly sure the measurements of pallets. I don't have that memorized. You know, just a regular pallet. I've loaded pallets in here that are 8 foot long pallets. So, you know, I can do a little more. I don't want to go 10 foot, but just a normal pallet. They want to be able to put 3 of those into a van. That's the only way they're going to make the amount of money they want. So they'll go and get 3 loads. Kind of like when I used to drive the tractor trailer. We had a 48-foot trailer, and we would do multiple loads in there, and it would be, you know, we'd separate them with plywood and straps, but so we have it mapped out. So you build the first load, it's coming out, it's going to be the last load, and so forth. So they do 3 pallets. That's how you have to have the extended van, which those are even more money. And they have to go to certain regions, certain areas they drive, and when they pick up a load, they'll as soon as that load's taken out and at the warehouse, they're already with a broker looking for another load to pick up in that town. Sometimes they can sit there for 2 days. So are they getting paid for that? I don't know. I haven't really got any answers on that. Then you can't really deadhead back home because that costs all kinds of gas money. So like the loads I'm doing here, I'm getting paid for both going there and coming back. So I don't have to deadhead. I got the load in here. So I picked up a load right next to where I live, dropped it off here, picked up the load from the same place and going back to the same place. So there's no gaps between that. It's just boom, boom, back. That's the way I like it. Of course, you're not always going to get something that good, that convenient, but I've gotten pretty good. Been pretty good with these guys. They've always kind of set me up so it's like that. But, I just give them the invoice and it's ready to go. So that's about it. All I have to say about that, because I don't think I want to get involved with that. At least not now. I mean, you never know in the future if I were to buy one of those vans, if I got enough money to do that. It's a lot of money. And I looked into maybe running across, you know, I just don't know if I want to drive everywhere, all across the country. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you get to see different areas, but sleeping in a van, it's not very comfortable. Whether it's cold out, it's wintertime, or it's hot out, you can't sleep. It's hard to sleep in those things. So, I don't know about that. At least with junk removal and moving and that kind of thing, you're just local. you're building and another thing is you're building local clientele and customers that are going to rely on you, that need your services on a regular basis. I like that idea better than having to rely on brokers to give you loads all the time. You become reliant on a broker and you're paying, and if they want to, it gets competitive and they drop in the prices and all that, you don't have as much control over your loads as if you have it on. If you're doing it on your own, you got control of that. You have on the pricing, you can make sure you want that certain amount of money, and you stick with that. You don't have to compete with anybody else because you're just going directly to the customer. And I know it takes probably a lot longer to get these regular clients doing that. It takes years, but if you're patient and you stick it out and you're persistent about it, you'll get some pretty decent loads. That's what I think. In my opinion. But I don't know. Everybody's got their own way of looking at how things work. So I like to look at those videos and I was watching the junk removal videos and junk removal has a lot of guys doing YouTube. That's what I like about it. A lot of good video producers, or content creators, we call them. And so does the delivery. Moving, I haven't seen a lot. Well, one guy that's a pretty decent guy I watch. He does moving, but not a lot of people that are doing YouTube videos on discussing their moving business. At least I haven't run across that many, but I run across a lot of junk removal videos, lots of them. Really good content creators. And then I run across a lot of expediting companies that document their business and how it expanded their business on. So those are the two ones I've seen a lot of. And then landscaping, see a lot of landscaping doing good videos. Alright, well I'm just gonna take it easy here. The traffic's gonna come up here real soon here. We're getting into downtown. Not quite rush hour, but I don't know if there's such thing as rush hour anymore. In the old days, you had 9 to 5, most were 9 to 5, and you had like rush hour at like 5 o'clock. Now it's sometimes rush hour all day long. Alright. Not raining that bad. It's a little bit of rain. This is where it gets crazy right here. The way they do these entrances into, they don't even give much merge time in these entrances right here downtown. It's really, really short distance between. You gotta be careful right here. It's usually packed. Yeah. I think it's a bad design, but I think because this town used to be a lot less population than it is now. They haven't really updated their freeways all that much. It's getting too hot in here. This heater works great. I know I don't have a heater core issue. This heater gets so hot, it's like a sauna in here. And another thing is the air conditioning in this thing. It's like an ice box. Sometimes you just can't run air conditioning that long because it gets like an ice box in here. So I know that in the wintertime I get full blast heat. In the summer I get great air conditioning in the truck. And it's always been that way. I hope for I'll have to fix that anytime soon. I know you can run into issues with heater cores and stuff. This This one's good. Good. I like the heater in this one. Sometimes it's too hot. And the windshield wipers. I've had these same windshield wipers 6 years or 5 years. They work great. I don't know. Sometimes windshield wipers don't last that long. These roads here are a little bit rough. Okay, something's on the side here. I'm gonna go over. That's an Expediting van right there. Alright. So I got to take the car in. My car, I've been doing deliveries of the car like I was doing on the off time when I wasn't busy with the truck. I used to run a lot of deliveries with the gig apps. I need some windshield, what do you call it, that windshield wiper water. It's run out. This thing's muddy now. Look how muddy it is. I hate when that happens. There's all blood everywhere. Okay, especially when it snows, it gets really muddy. That I just bought some of that. I have to buy the that blue windshield. Put in the windshield wiper fluid. I have to buy the blue stuff because it gets so cold it freezes up. You just put water in there. I had to buy some of that stuff. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, this is a car. I took the truck to the mechanic. It's all good. I'm going to have the sensor put in next week, but other than that, it's running good. The car now is having issues with the belt, and it's a serpentine belt. I don't want to do that on my own because the way that motor is, it's so close. It's such a small compartment. So you try to get in there and take that serpentine belt out. I'm going to have the mechanic do it. They don't make it easy like they used to, where you could, remember the old cars, you could take they only had the fan belt and the alternator belt and the water pump. Yeah, those, they had like 2 belts or something like that, where they were easy to get to. The engines didn't have, you have all these electronics and all, as much. So it was easy to get in there and take the belts out and do the timing and all that. But, now the way they're just so compact, they're so packed in with stuff. It's hard to get in there and do that kind of work unless you got the right kind of tools. Okay, I'm going to try to get over here. People are driving fast. Let's get over here, get away from these people. I like to stay in a slow lane. Okay, we're in a slow lane, that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna take that car in to the same mechanic. I should do that tomorrow. And then I have a job on Saturday, hopefully. When that guy's floors get done, I have to go move the furniture back into his house. I was worried because the truck, I wasn't going to be able to do that job because of the truck and the car are having problems. And that's the thing about, cars and trucks and any kind of vehicle. It's non-stop maintenance, non-stop expenses. And people sometimes don't realize that the expenses that you deal with, you have to put that into your price. And a lot of times I've failed in doing that. If you don't put it into your price and don't figure that out, then it comes time to do some kind of major repair and you're stuck there with nothing. So yeah, it's a good thing. I'm still learning on how to do that, getting that in there. Because people they're not gonna understand that because they're not running a business. They don't understand they have their own maintenance on their cars and stuff for commuting, but they don't do it as a business, so they don't, sometimes they forget about that, and then they're not looking at those numbers. When you price something in, especially when there's inflated prices, inflated costs of parts, maintenance, even oil changes and oil, and I mean, a headlight now, it used to be, I went to go get a headlight for the car, I couldn't believe how expensive they were. These headlights here in these trucks, these old school headlights, these things last forever. I mean, like, they're not LED, they're just your regular lamp, you know, the glass bulb. I think one burned out like 7 years ago, and I put a new bulb in there and knock on plastic or wood. No problems. 7 fucking years. But the car, that headlamp, those LED, no, they're not LED, I don't know what they are, but those lamps are constantly going out every 6 months. I know there's something wrong with it, but the tail lights are going out, the license plate light going out. I don't know how many times? Oh shit, I should have gone out there. Oh well. That would have been better than going well. Now I have to go down around. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I'll go back around the other way. It doesn't matter. That's what's good. I'm not on a time schedule. They're closed at 4 o'clock. At least that's what the guy said. So I don't have to, as long as I'm there before 4 they close. They just have to unload the pallet and I give them the paperwork. That's it. It's only, it's only like 2:30, but the headlights, I couldn't believe that. So I thought for some reason I should have documented what headlights used to be in parts in general. Every time I look at parts, they're more expensive. Windshield wipers, expensive. You're lucky these work. Just small things, you know. Imagine your motor blowing up, what it would cost. The transmission was $3,500 to rebuild, and that was a long time ago. It's like 8 years ago. I don't know what it's like now for labor costs. Luckily, the guy that I go to now, he keeps his labor costs down. I mean, I'm shocked at how low his labor prices are. He's a one-man show, so that's how you can do that. He doesn't have employees. At least I don't know of any. Every time I go in there, he's by himself. So I assume he doesn't have any employees, which costs a lot of money with insurance and all that. So he's able to keep his costs pretty low. I mean, low as I've seen them. So I'm lucky on that. Almost there. Alright, so I went the long way. I should have went over there. But you never know, sometimes there's a lot of traffic over there and you're stuck. Might be even the same amount of time going this way. Oh man. Getting allergies or something. That's not bad coffee. That's the only time I drink that kind of stuff. Is when I go on these loads. Normally I just drink regular black coffee. Every once in a while I treat myself to something that's not good for you, you know. I try to eat as healthy as possible. Not eat a lot of junk food and stuff. But once in a while, I'm like, let's have some potato chips and some sugar coffee, which is coffee basically with sugar in it. But that's it. I don't do that every day. I used to drink those energy drinks on the daily, and those are bad news, man. I stopped doing that. So I stick to black coffee in the morning until about noon, and then stop doing that. And when I go on these runs, I always end up with these. I probably should stop drinking it because I got some. What time is it now? Yeah, it's getting late for drinking that much caffeine. Then I can't sleep. Yeah, man, it's getting busy around here. It's like every year it's around here, every month it seems like more people. It's good for business. Not good for if you're trying to be in it and drive around. Let's see if this thing works here. Yeah, I still got mud on it. So it's 2:39, and they're going to be open until 2:40. So I got plenty of time. It's just down the street over here. Back roads over here. It's nice and warm today. I mean, it's like almost 50 degrees. That's kind of unusual for February. Because February it's usually freezing. So it'll probably go back down at some point because we're just getting a warm spell right now because of the rain, but it'll probably snow again. Sorry. Got gas. Storage unit is over there. Now this is the roundabout. They got these roundabouts everywhere, and I just let people go. I don't even want to bother with trying to fight these traffic. I just let it go. There's no one behind me, as long as there's no one behind me. That's the way it goes. I don't know, go that way. I try to take it slow on those things now. I got that pallet in the back. See, I don't really strap pallets like I see these guys who do the expediting. They'll strap the pallets down so they don't move around. I don't do that. I just take it easy. So far, no problems yet. This whole area here, right here, I'm driving down, it's all businesses. Warehouses, manufacturing, windows, steel, sheet metal, coating, whatever it was that one company, it's like different companies like that. Engineering. So this is like all businesses around here. I'm sure a lot of these businesses right here need people to transport stuff, but I just don't. I thought about, giving out flyers. I just don't know which ones, would need to, you just have to ask everybody, I guess. I've transported windows before. A whole house full of windows went in the back of this thing. That was heavy. Okay. Go those train tracks too hard on those. Yeah, we got even beverage distributors and food distributors. Bakeries and everything around here. A lot of businesses. It's a good thing, People gotta work. know things are getting tight with jobs these days, so you got a job and you want to hold on to that. Okay, here we go. Hopefully these guys are right about being open till 4.